Now, the best stories we ever get for this programme come from you, the viewers and the listeners. We were tipped off that something was going on in Farmborough in the constituency of Aldershot, and we sent Adam Cherry, GBNews reporter, this morning down to have a look. Adam, what did you find?
Yeah, so billed as brand new 1-2-bedroom, 3-bedroom apartments in the heart of Farmborough. There's a block of 113 of these, just as the website said, a stone's throw from the town centre. They've been withdrawn from the market in recent weeks. Why? Because the Home Office has taken them over, taking the whole property over to house what's expected to be up to 300 asylum seekers. So, as you say, we travelled to Farmborough earlier today to find out what's going on. And the site itself is a multi-million-pound conversion, as you can see, of an old office complex. It's right up next to an existing residential block. And the locals we spoke to say until very, very recently, they were kept in the dark. So take a look at this.
We understand from some time ago there were rumours that it was going to be used for housing asylum seekers, and then the rumour became facts. In fact, my own personal view is that we presented with a rather a fait accompli. We first of all saw single mattresses going in, and which curtains have been going up, and it was possible to see, or still is, some of the internal fittings, tables and chairs and small lounge furniture. We've heard since that the council has put objections in, but they've had no reply from the Home Office.
Now, as Chris says, furniture and bedding already going into those properties as we speak. And other residents that I spoke to say they only found out about the asylum seeker scheme when a family member actually tried to get to rent one of the flats, only to discover they were no longer available, they've been taken off the market, they're gone. Home Office already secured them. So emails we've seen in the last couple of days reveal that the council actually made the decision not to make a public announcement about the plan. Instead, they're considering, quote, a more targeted communication and community meetings for residents in the immediate area. Well, that announcement, whatever that form takes, clearly hasn't been made yet. And in fact, I spoke to one Labour councillor and he suggested it's because the Home Office have kept Rushmore Borough Council, the local council itself, completely out of the loop. And here's what he said.
Well, let's put it this way. The Home Office are the Home Office. We get the Home Office applying its rights with regard to the accommodation of asylum seekers.
And so when do you expect the first migrants to arrive? Have you been told?
I've no idea. We may be briefed this evening with regard to all those details.
Okay.
It's been the possibility in our diaries for some time.
So as he says, they'll be holding a meeting to discuss that at some point tonight.
Yeah.
In the meantime, the Conservative councillors for the ward, I got in contact and they told me, quote, "We realise there is a national issue for housing asylum seekers. However, within our own borough, we have critical housing shortages because of the general circumstances, and for this reason, we firmly believe that the properties in Rushmore should be for the local people at the moment. In other words, local homes for local people." Residents have also written to their constituency MP, which is Conservative Leo Doherty, to express their frustration about this scheme. He told them, and we've seen this via emails to the residents, he told them he had voiced, quote, strong opposition to the Home Office's plan for the site. He said that to the Home Secretary, James Cleverly. Now, I tried to get in contact with Leo myself to ask him about this, given that he had voiced his opposition. I thought it'd be relatively easy to talk to him about this. No luck at all. 4 or 5 calls, just could not get in touch with him. Tried emailing his parliamentary office. Ultimately, I thought, well, we're there today, so let's just go to his constituency office. At least they will be able to talk to us and say where he is and what this is all about. So this is what happened. This is Leo Doherty's constituency office. Let's go say hello. Hello, guys. Can we come in and have a chat with the GB News? You don't want to come and say hello? We've asked 4 or 5 times if we can have a chat. Is there any reason you're not talking to us? We'd like to talk about the Asylum Seeker Centre in Farmborough. We've called several times, and I've sent an email to the parliamentary office as well. Well, it doesn't look like they're happy to chat to us. Is there any reason you don't want to talk to us, guys? Well, I've sent several texts and calls, emailed his office, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to make any progress today. There we go. Now, we did get a statement from the Home Office themselves. They say we continue to work across government and with local authorities to identify a range of accommodation options to reduce the unacceptable use of hotels, which cost £8 million a day. The government remains committed to engaging with local authorities and key stakeholders as part of this process.
Adam, well done. Thank you. And yeah, nice flats. Freshly furnished, up to 3 bedrooms, and remember, free medical care, GPs, free dental care. Nice work if you can get it. Daniel, why would a Conservative Member of Parliament refuse to engage with us on this? It's a really bad look.
Well, I'm not going to speak on behalf of Leo Doherty. He is a very hard-working and effective Member of Parliament and a very effective colleague. I'm sorry that Mr. Cherry didn't manage to speak to him. But what I would say is...
No. He didn't manage to speak to Mr. Cherry. It's the other way around. He tried like crazy.
Well, I will let Leo Doherty speak for himself.
Well, he doesn't want to. You've got to speak for him.
Well, I can't possibly speak on his behalf.
I'm teasing you.
What I can say is, though, that in my constituency, I'm in a battle with the Home Office over the fact that they are using one of our top 5-star hotels in the centre of Shrewsbury to house asylum seekers. Tourism is our #1 income generator in Shrewsbury, and having one of our main hotels being used for asylum seekers has caused a lot of residents concern, who have written to me, and clearly the situation is unsustainable. And that's one of the reasons I'm backing Mr. Sunak over the Rwanda deal. We've got to break the business case of these criminal gangs who are profiting and making fortunes out of illegally trafficking people across the channel.
They certainly are. Well, you've managed to reduce the number of hotels in use because you're now booking private apartments. Kevin, this isn't just in Aldershot. This is happening in hundreds of towns all over the country. And you know yourself, this leads to a sense of unfairness, resentment.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons you have to have the community meetings really early on, because asylum seekers, refugees, they're people too. Yeah. Hopes and dreams and stories to tell, and you need to engage the local community. I think the MP, the Conservative MP in this case, unless he's got a doctor's note, was cowardly. But look, it's the product of a broken system which does create resentment.
Can Labour give me any answers?
Well, they've got to clear the backlog genuinely, not just pretended it's cleared, and you've got to deal with claims promptly. So people who are entitled to stay are allowed to stay, and they can work and pay their way, and then those who aren't qualified to stay, can't stay, then you have to deal with them, which does mean trying to find out where they came from and return it, which is not easy. There's no easy answers.
No, there are no easy answers, but one thing for certain, folks, this issue is not going to go away in a hurry, unless, by some miracle, Rwanda actually happens.